My name is Lucas from the team with Eduardo. Unfortunately, he can't be here today. So, first of all, I want to say that I'm very happy to be here and share a solution with you. It will be a very short presentation, and we are pretty surprised by how things turn out in the end, in a good way, of course. So, we are very happy about all of this, and I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you, the hosting team, and everyone who made this competition happen. So, starting with our backgrounds. Oops. So I have a degree in statistics and Eduardo in computer science. And I have been working for the state government for 5 years. Eduardo is working as an IT professional for the past 5 years and spent 2 years working in the AI department of a banking company. For me, although I have some basic knowledge in machine learning, specifically for this competition, it was almost all new for me. During the competition, I had to learn about the models, how to work with the Kaggle platform, and the problem proposed by the competition was also new to me. Of course, the community and the resource that exists on Kaggle helped a lot, so it has been a great learning experience for me. So the model is extremely great in boosting with 62 features. Throughout the competition, we tried other gradient boosting models, such as Light GBM and Cat Boost, but in the end, we stuck with XGBoost. The most important features in the model are those based on reconstruct essays, like the number of characters, number of commas, number of periods, and other features. And these are the approximate times to run the code, all using the Kaggle platform. Import the data, and preprocessing took about 15 seconds. For feature creation and say reconstruction, 40 seconds. And for training the models over 50 seeds, 85 seconds. So to create some features, we had to preprocess the data. So we removed some rows in the keystroke log. We removed all events that were shift or control, because sometimes very large sequence of data appeared, which didn't change the text. We also removed some events that had an action time of less than 50 milliseconds, because we wanted to remove that the repetitions that happens when you press and hold the keys. So we choose 50 milliseconds for that. We removed also a sequence of spaces greater than 10 and sequence of queues greater than 20. We thought that all of this would help reduce the noise in the data, especially for some features that are based on inter-keystroke intervals. And in the end, we removed the 15 observations from the training data because we consider them outliers, in the sense that we had no knowledge of what was written. And for us, we understood that some keystroke logs didn't seem to correlate very well with the score given, so we decided to remove them. For feature engineering, this is the importance chart with the 20 most important features. We can see that the features of based on reconstruct essays were the most important overall. So the first two features are related to number of characters in the essays. The third feature is related to sequence of words and their number of letters. And there are other features based on essays, such as the number of special characters, line breaks, and periods. And there is a feature named typos.comma. That is the count of typos before and after dots and commas. And below that, we have the features named Q6 and Q8, which are the number of words with 6 and 8 letters. And the feature based on the original data that was the most important are the number of words written after 20 minutes. For the features in the preprocessed data, we have the average number of inputs in 30 minutes, and the medians of the inter-keystroke intervals. And these features are differentiated in the model based on lag intervals of 2, 3, and 4. So this is the second most important feature. I'm showing the first because it's a product. The first because the first is product between this and another one. This is the number of characters in the essay, and this graph shows the correlation with the feature and the score. Several other features have a similar pattern to this graph, especially those that do some kind of count in the essay. And this feature is also important for the model because it is the denominator for other features and that are proportions and ratios. This feature is the product between the previous one with the proportion of inputs with intervals of less than 320 milliseconds. The graph is very similar to the previous one, maybe only with the variance in the category slightly smaller. We tried other forms of interaction with the previous feature, but found that this was the one that gave the best results for our model. So for training, we used cross-validation to select features and test the models, and also to choose the model parameters. For each feature, we tested the results in cross-validation and in the public score. And the feature was included in the model if both results were positive. Oops. Then, when we try to simplify the model, we had to remove some features that were taking too long to run. So it wasn't worth including them in the model. We tested the parameters by trial and error, and we tried some automatic functions for hypertuning, such as Optuna, but we didn't have much success with it. So the cross-validation was done with 10 folds, stratified, with an early stoppage of 100 rounds. And the result CV was 0.587. And to create the model, we used all the data except the ones we removed in the preprocessing. And for prediction, we averaged the model over 50 seeds because the results were vary a lot depending on the seeds. So a few other things. These are the parameters of the model. I think that with these parameters, we ended up creating a model with a few features for each node and split. And maybe that's the way the model is dealing with overfitting. And honestly, I was afraid that at some point it was underfitting, but I think that's compensated by the number of trees in the model. Regarding the features, what made the biggest difference in our model performance was adding features based on the reconstruct essays. And we used the R language, and some functions made a big difference to the execution time. These were functions from the stringy package and data table package. And we used some functions from these packages to manipulate strings and to import the data. Another important thing for us was to spend most of the time trying to find a simpler model, partly because of my lack of knowledge of other models and ensemble techniques. And when we started adding features, and once we saw that a simpler model was performing well, we decided to stick with that, and then try to make the code run as fast as we could. So after the competition ended, we tried a model with the 10th most important features from that importance chart, and this was the results. The runtime to create the features and to reconstruct the essays was 40 seconds, and in this model, it's 25. It hasn't gotten much faster because it takes about 20 seconds to reconstruct the essays with our function. So the feature creation is faster in this way, but to make the code more efficient, I believe one thing to try would be to optimize the function that reconstruct essays. So that's it.